Merry Christmas, everybody. It's not Christmas when we're recording this, but it will be when I upload this. Welcome to Owen and AJ Talks. If there was ever a day where AJ and I both were going to have allergies kick our ass and us to be suffering, this is the... Well, it'd be a Kiss This video would be better, but this is a pretty good video for it. I'm Owen Finch, and I'm here with...
AJ Talent, and yeah, sure enough, I was at my dad's house, and his dog was all over me, and then for some reason, it just never happens with his dog, but I am just having the worst fucking allergy attack for the last, 2 hours. I delayed the video by, a half hour just to try and deal with it. But I'm still fucking suffering here, and I was like, you know what, this is appropriate. This is appropriate for the video we're doing.
Yeah, and I'm suffering because I've been out in the... Well, I haven't been out in the cold consistently, but I've been going out in the cold a lot more, so I think that's fucking up with my allergies, so...
Get ready to hear... You're ready to hear me sneeze about a million times in this video.
Yeah,
I also had a couple beers earlier, and I'm going to drink during this, because, this is the fucking Star Wars holiday special.
You can't even get it out. That's how bad your allergies are right now, so...
I'm allergic to this piece of shit.
We'll just talk about this now, AJ. We've hyped this up. We were supposed to do this last year because we had started Star Wars. This takes place between episodes 4 and 5, so that would have been very fitting, but then we couldn't squeeze it in, so we're doing it this year. And this is pretty appropriate because, we're both, allergies are kicking our ass right now. I'll just say this. You told me this was bad. I was kind of expecting, funny bad, like a Kiss This, or some epically bad, maybe we'll be pissed off about it, but this is just, it's really nothing,
Yeah. So, Owen, I've been, a fan of Star Wars for a very long time, literally since before I can remember. And, the holiday special, it's something that, the fans have always joked about, And at least it's not the holiday special, ha, ha, ha. And I've only ever seen bits of the holiday special. So whenever I see bits of it, I'm like, oh, it's... God. Ugh. I wasn't like this even before we started recording.
We're keeping this in.
Yeah. It's always something I heard it was really shitty, but I figured it'd be funny shitty. Then I watched it. You even told me. I didn't know how fucking long it was. It's a full-length movie length. It's an hour and 40 minutes. And it's fucking so bad. Not funny bad. It's just bad.
And it just drags. I think I talked about this before the video. I've watched Star Wars, and Star Wars is longer than this holiday special, like a typical Star Wars movie. It's about 2 hours, maybe a little over 2 hours, but that flies by for the most part and everything like that. This was a drag. This was long.
Yeah, you feel every fucking second. Yeah, so speaking of seconds, let's rewind the clock to when this aired. Owen, this thank fuck did not air in movie theaters, because I'm sure there'd be mass suicides. But Owen, what channel do you think this aired on? Because this was direct to TV.
If I had to guess the channel, I am gonna guess this is gonna be a whole. Since it's a Christmas thing, it's the whole. It's like a Hallmark Christmas movie channel. I don't know if that's actually a channel, but one of the Hallmark channels.
Okay. And when do you think it aired?
Well, I don't.
I don't hope it Empire. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said, because the video says 1978, but the date, I'm gonna pick a real, I feel like I should say around Christmas time, but I feel like I'm not even gonna give that credit because I feel like it probably did air around Christmas time. I am gonna say that it aired, probably after Thanksgiving. This could have been a Thanksgiving thing, right after Thanksgiving. So I am going to say November 27th, 1978.
Owen, the correct answer was this aired on CBS on November 17th, 1978.
That's very close.
Yeah. So it's in that weird category of it's kinda close to Christmas, but just air it a month later.
Exactly. Um,
So Owen, now I want to tell you who was responsible for this, so you can personally find them and beat the shit out of them. It was written by Pat Proft, Leo Rips, Bruce Vilinch, and Rod Warren. Oh, and also Mitzi Welch, and it was directed by Steve Binder. So now you know who to blame for this monstrosity.
do they have wikis of other shit, or did they not even want to like have
I
wikis?
think, oh, and I'm not even gonna lie, I copied their names on a piece of paper, and I'm like, all right, that's the most amount of research.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for making this. Honestly,
Yeah,
this could have ruined the Star Wars franchise if Empire Strikes Back, didn't end up being good.
yeah. Imagine this was like the sequel everybody's waiting for. Um,
I
I
wonder how
guess to
that.
give a little, because I didn't do much research in the making of this, but I did look into the reactions of the Star Wars people. Because Owen, this is a very strange project in the fact that all the main faces are here. You know, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, James Earl Jones, the guy who plays C-3PO, I can't remember his name. They're all here. They're all here. And it's like, how the fuck did they manage that?
Well, to be
They
fair,
they, they were they weren't even sure if they can get Harrison Ford back for Empire Strikes Back, let alone for fucking like how'd they manage this?
they're not here for a long time, so maybe that says something. They'll only.
Yeah, it got them on their fucking lunch break, with Elijah Wood. Uh, but yeah, so I looked up the reactions. Carrie Fisher mentioned that. To be fair, Carrie Fisher was on a lot of drugs, but she mentioned that she doesn't remember filming this like at all, except like the song at the end. But she mentioned that she got a copy from George Lucas because they didn't make any copies of this pretty much. He like refused to let them fucking bring this to like DVD and VHS.
You can't even find it on Disney Plus. I thought it was on Disney Plus.
Like anything legally. The only reason we get to see this now is because people fucking like recorded the airing,
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah.
But yeah, Carrie Fisher mentioned that whenever she was at a party and wanted people to leave, she would start playing the holiday special.
That's awesome.
Harrison Ford was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and when Jimmy Kimmel tried to bring it up, Harrison Ford jokingly like grabbed him and started shaking him like, don't bring it up.
You'll have to send that to me if you can find it.
Yeah. Obviously it was a bit, but like it was pretty funny. And then Mark Hamill, I think I was at Star Wars Celebration. Somebody asked him about like the filming of it, and he was like, "This is so stupid. I don't want to do this." And George Lucas called him, and Mark Hamill said, usually it's his assistant who calls me, but it was actually George Lucas who talked to me. And it was like, "Listen, the movie, first movie's been out for like over a year now. We got to like do something to make the marketers happy, so we can keep selling like the merchandise. So this is kind of just something to do in between movies." And Mark Hamill was like, "Okay, but I'm not fucking singing."
And he didn't sing, so.
Yeah, which is funny because he even mentioned like, I've done like Broadway musicals, but like I wasn't singing for this.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that Mark Hamill didn't want to do this with how little screen time and little like,
Oh, great! Oh yeah, no wonder he became the Fire Lord. I would become the Fire Lord too if I had to fucking do this shit.
No wonder Obi-Wan and like Yoda had to like warn him not to give it to the dark side of the Force. This would make anyone give it to the dark side of the Force.
When Han Solo was getting tortured in Cloud City, this is what they were doing to him. They were making him watch the holiday special.
Yeah, it makes sense. Or when Luke Skywalker has to go into that cave instead of meeting up with Vader, he's got to watch the holiday special in that cave.
No wonder saber and he's like immediately swinging.
Honestly, I feel like Yoda wasn't disappointed that like Luke failed his test. He was disappointed he didn't take out that lightsaber sooner, type of thing.
He was like, he let the holiday special play for 0.5 seconds. Unbelievable. Also, I mean, pretty famously, George Lucas fucking hates this. He was only really involved in the animated part, which we'll get to. He wasn't really involved in the rest of it. He hated it, and he said like that. It was really bad, and it wasn't very smart to just let people. He like didn't really like know well to like do Star Wars stuff, especially when Star Wars was like really new at the time. Once Star Wars was like a more established thing with a million projects, it's like, yeah, sure, just kind of hand it off to whoever. But like this was like the first like offshoot for Star Wars. Very strange to have this be like the first offshoot.
Yeah, then the immediate like follow up to the first movie and everything like that.
Exactly. And he said that like if he had the time and money, he would track down every copy of the holiday special with a sledgehammer and break it.
Can't blame him.
Which I remember a pretty funny like post going around a couple years back was like, okay, if George Lucas had immortality and knowledge of where every copy of the holiday special was, how long would it take for him to destroy every copy? And then a Robot Chicken did a Crust Star Wars special a while back, and George Lucas actually voiced himself in it, and he was at a therapy session talking about how much he regrets the holiday special.
That's awesome. It seems like he's taking
sorry, go ahead.
It seems like he's taking any opportunity he can to just bash the special when he has the free time.
Don't get me wrong. George Lucas. I think he can be pretty hit or miss with a lot of things. But I appreciate that he's willing to kind of joke around about the holiday special, and stuff like that. I think that's I like that everybody involved just knows how fucking stupid this is.
But yeah, I guess we'll just start like talking about it. I guess, like I said, the rant to kind of get out of the way is, again, like, this just is a drag. You feel every step, you feel every movement, and a lot of this just feels very low rent. Like, we see the Falcon, and you can just definitely tell that that's like a low rent version of like the Falcon, and you could definitely tell, like I said off camera, that they're not even like putting any. I mean, again, it's a TV special, but you could definitely tell this is worse, where they're not even putting any effort into like making it look like the Falcon's actually like flying around in space. You could definitely tell they're on like a sound stage.
Like, just use like because obviously they have the Falcon like set, like of like the the cockpit or whatever the fuck it is. Like, they have that, from like the last movie. So just like use that. But no, they shitty version, and like the doorway is like fucking like paper. Like you could tell it's not even like real.
Yeah, then later on, we're gonna see that like pub or bar they go to in Tatooine, where they meet up with Han Solo like originally and everything like that. That's like the best part of like New Hope almost. And then it was like that even came off like it was lower, like a dollar store like version of that pub and everything like that type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, because we got to mention this technically isn't Christmas; they're celebrating Life Day.
Which is very ironic because I don't want to have a life after watching this and everything like that.
Yeah, it's called Life Day. We all fucking take our own lives after watching this shit.
And this is kind of cool because we get to get like a look at the Chewie's past, Chewbacca, which is pretty cool because we haven't really gotten a lot of Chewie's past. They didn't really mention it in Empire Strikes Back. I can see why they didn't mention it, but and Chewie's trying to get
Vader defeats Luke and then fucking Lumpy and Itchy show up and save the day.
But Chewie, I can understand, his family's worried that he's not going to make it home in time, and Chewie wants to see his family, because don't forget, AJ, he's on the face of death. Like, he's going to die pretty soon in, like, the next few movies and everything like that.
The whole time I was watching this, I kept thinking, okay, I'm going to make a joke about how they're thinking, like, oh, Chewie died, I got spoiled that Chewie died, so, like, I know he's going to die here.
Chewie could die. I mean, like I said, by the way, if you don't get that joke, go watch AJ and I's when he had to do the guessing game for me, because I thought one of my friends told me Chewie died, so we always make that joke now because AJ had to be like, yeah, no, Chewie doesn't die. So
that was like the actor who played died, and I was like, oh. So now every time we bring up Chewie, we keep talking about how he's gonna fucking die any second now.
But yeah, I guess we just start talking about them in the Falcon. They're trying to get Chewie home because he's on the face of death and he wants to see his family before he dies. And he's on the face of death because he's a part of this, so I can't blame him. So, and it's really weird, by the way. You mentioned that, like, they always seem to have trouble getting Han like for the next movies. He's the one that he's out of all the Star Wars actors, other than Chewie. He's like the one that's in this like the most, and
like 5 minutes. You know, that's like impressive considering, Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill are in this for fucking like 2.
yeah. Notice Carrie Fisher and not Han Solo. Harrison Ford don't show a lot of don't have any screen time until the end of the movie.
Oh, funny considering this was like hot off them having that there.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're trying to escape Star Destroyers, which we don't really get to see like that they really like chasing them until like later on. Like I assume they were getting chased by Star Destroyers, but they didn't like show us that it was Star Destroyers that was chasing them originally. We just like
a budget of fucking like $5 for this, So
yeah, so
actually, they didn't even say what the budget of this was.
It didn't.
No. We have to infinite budget. They had all the money in the world,
and they didn't use any, and yet they only used $5. So
use it.
I like that they had a budget, but they used $5, but it wasn't from the budget. It was from their own personal like wallets or whatever. Like there's just $5.
I would love that.
But yeah. Then we cut back to like because this is after trying to escape. We cut back to the outside of Chewie's family's house. And the outside of this looks like a really bad, like animated, like piece of crap. Like you can't even like it doesn't even look like it's real.
Yeah.
It looks very low rent.
This is our first look at Kashyyyk. Well, they don't even call it Kashyyyk; they call it the fucking Wookiee planet. Because in like future Star Wars movies, we actually see the Wookiee like home planet. It's called Kashyyyk, and I'm like, I hate that this is where it fucking comes from. It's like with Boba Fett. It's like, why, of all fucking things, do they first appear in this piece of shit?
Yeah. So, you kind of can't really get much of what they're talking about because obviously, as you know, with Chewie, he's obviously an animal and everything like that and really can't communicate. So, this is just a bunch of, whatever species Chewie is.
Wookiee.
Yeah, this is a bunch of Wookiees just talking. You don't get subtitles. That would have been nice. You don't get subtitles, so you can't even get the.
Yeah, okay. So Chewie is fine, and I like Chewie because he's interacting with people we can understand and who understand him. So whenever they talk, he talks like Han or Luke or whatever. We can get a general idea of what Chewie's saying. But here, it's fucking like an hour of these fucking like bears just going for like the whole thing. We don't understand what the fuck they're saying.
So you have to get kind of like the idea of what they're saying. There's a good chance I probably missed something that was like supposed to be like really big, but again I didn't understand what they were saying. And look, AJ and I don't mind like foreign films. I've watched like a bunch of foreign films before, and
oh yeah. I love, anime. So, like I'm fine watching shit I don't like fully understand.
But like, just give us subtitles. I don't want to hear the excuse that it's 1978. We can't use subtitles. They were subtitles back then. They had them in the old movies.
I love the idea like, no, it's 1978. We don't have subtitles. Once we get to 1979, then we get subtitles.
No, I like to think it's like right after like this movie like releases, they have subtitles. Like,
reason. Okay, we gotta fucking. Have people explain this shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so we meet but before this we got like a code open, like telling us everyone that was gonna be in like the special. I think I recognized like other than like the main Star Wars cast, I recognized like one person by name whose name I can't remember now because it was like the one. Huh?
They don't recognize them.
Well, once I heard the name, I recognized it. I just don't know the name right now, and I'm not looking it up. So,
which is Owen. Yeah, like we said, it's pretty much clickbait that they got the Star Wars people in this, because like they show up for fucking 30 seconds, and then pretty much all of this special is with the fucking people we don't know and never show up again.
When they like went through like all the people. Like all the wonkies that we see at the end, they're not even like mentioned like as they're gonna be like the main plot. They're like mentioned at like the very end. You don't even think they're gonna be like the whole plot. Like,
and they're just like the Wookiee family. It's like, oh, okay.
So one of them is Chewie's wife, one of them is Chewie's kid, and I guess the other was Chewie's father, which would be like Chewie's
Yeah,
kid's grandfather.
yeah. It's Chewie's boyfriend. You know, they're in what's it called, polygamous relationship.
Sure, I love it. And then the kid's got to do his chores, so he's not happy about it. So he's got to like take the trash out. He's got to do the dishes. We get like a really long, drawn out thing. We would like watches. I think it's supposed to be like the circus, but like you think it's gonna tie into something, but that doesn't tie in. We just watch the circus for like 5 minutes.
And Owen, we're gonna like skim past a lot of this shit. You gotta understand, this entire special is watching the characters like watch shit on TV. And like, when we describe it, we're like you said, like, oh, it's watching the circus. You don't understand. This shit is painfully long. This shit lasts like 10 minutes each time. And like, it's not even like uncomfortable in a funny way because like it goes on so long. Because like, you do that joke where it's like, it's a painful, like, unfunny thing, and it's funny because it goes on so long. But then, like, if it goes on too long, it just loops back around to being not funny, and that's exactly what this is.
I didn't even know what the point of this. There was no point, but like, and then they keep doing this thing where he like changes, like he makes like the main like circus dude or whatever, like really like big or whatever, and like he's like holographic, like outside the circus, and then like he hits like another button. And I was thinking there was going to be like a tie into this or something. Like maybe we find out like like Chewie was a part of this. Like I know I'm actually putting some thought in this. Like Chewie was a part of this circus and was being abused by like. Say that again.
That was your first mistake. You put thought into this.
Yeah. So I was thinking like maybe like this was going to be like a backstory about like Chewie. Maybe he was a part of this circus and he was being tortured and like Han saved him. But no, we just watched the circus for like that 10 minutes for no reason. Like the circus.
Being tortured.
Huh?
I said it wasn't Chewie being tortured. It was us.
Hey, we can add this to the list of another way. Actually, this whole special we can add to the list of a way the director tortured the Alpha, actually.
Oh, no, I would fucking erase my memory, too, if I were being subjected to this over and over.
I could see why the Alpha, like, denied he was the Alpha, because he didn't want to, like, know that he watched the holiday.
Yeah. Washington was like, he made me watch the holiday special. No, I don't want to be the Alpha. The director has no limit to his evil.
Remember Epsilon's like blow up that he has like at the end, like towards everybody, because he remembered everything, and then he remembered watching this holiday special.
I would love it if, like, when Carolina and Church find the director and he's like watching that video of his wife the last time he's just watching the holiday special on repeat. Phyllis is like, director, please, you should stop again. Phyllis, please. Oh. I got the fucking phone. I had to look away.
And then, like, they keep trying to find, like, ships to make sure, like, it's coming. We get, like, a siren, like, that plays, like, 4 times throughout the special about, like, them trying to find ships. And, like, we get numbers. They don't really explain what those mean, but then they just say no ships incoming. So then first they call, Luke Skywalker. Why don't you talk about this? Because I've been talking for a while.
Yeah, sure. So they call Luke, who's fixing up R2-D2. He's in his pilot uniform. His hair looks like shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, Mark Hamill. I don't know what you were doing at this time, man. I'm glad you changed your hair.
Maybe he did. Maybe he made his hair look that way on purpose because he did the special.
Okay, look. If I have to be in this piece of shit, I'm gonna make my hair look really bad.
I would love it if he just got out of bed to do this scene. Like I'm supposed.
I fucking.
He kept hitting like snooze on his alarm or whatever, and then finally had to get up to do this.
Literally got up like 2 minutes ago. He's like,
But yeah, why don't you talk about the epic? Remember that scene where the Luke, I'm your father scene that has nothing on this scene that Luke's about to have here. You know.
Oh, I will say one thing I like about this is that I like that and later on with Leia too and Han, that like they all like know Chewie's family. It's a nice little thing. Because Chewie's their friend, and they care about him and his family, and they all know his family. I just want to bring that up, because Disney. But in this holiday special, I like that. Everybody cares about Chewie. Like, they treat him like he's a fucking friend.
Well, don't forget he's on the face of death, so maybe Chewie had to, does he?
Because yeah, Chewie's family are called Luke, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, man? Where is he?" And Luke's like, "I don't know. I figured he died. Is he not dead? Oh, that's weird. Okay, I figured he died a while ago." But he's like, "Oh, yeah, no, him and Han left a while ago, so they should have been there by now. So I guess the Imperial are like telling them. I guess oh well. Again, I had $5, on Chewie dying, so I'm cool with that. And then female Chewie, girl Baka.
I love it.
Yeah. Girl Baka is all sad, that her husband, went out to go get milk and never came back. Went out to get folks. And then, Luke had this really weird, it's like low-key flirting, where he's like, come on, girl Baka, let me see you smile. Come on. And she, like, smiles, and she's like, there you go, that's my girl.
That she, like, barely, I don't, you say smiles, AJ. Maybe you're watching, no, maybe you say smiles, AJ. It really wasn't much of a smile. I think she had, like, the same face. Like, when, like...
Yeah, I mean, they clearly can't really do much with the costume, so, it's like, is she smiling? I guess, sure. But, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Luke, are you fucking Chewbacca's wife?
I guess so.
It's like, the next Return of the Jedi, Luke confronts Darth Vader, he's like, I brought my son to fight you, father. It's fucking, this, like, fucking abomination. It's like wanting to die.
Yes.
Kill me.
Oh, like the Family Guy 2.5 Men joke that they do or whatever. I think it is. No, not the Family Guy one. It's the Muppets one where like Kermit and Miss Piggy's like kid wants to like die because
yeah, that one. You're right. Fucking yeah, because it's like half human, half Wookiee. But yeah, Mark Hamill hangs up, and then that's it for him until the very end. He really, he got his fucking paycheck and he left.
Yeah, how much money do you think he got paid to do this? I would say not enough.
Well, we have a $5 budget. They gave him about $1.
Hey, $1 could buy more things back in 1978 than it could today.
Or back then, that was worth like $2, So that's pretty good.
You buy a nice candy bar at the gas station,
Yeah.
Buy soda in the vending machine, maybe
I would fucking eat a beer after this shit.
I don't even know if you could buy a beer for $1 back then.
But that's it for Mark Hamill. By the way, R2D2 was also in the scene, and he like sprayed smoke all over Mark Hamill. There you go.
I wonder if R2D2 sprayed smoke all over him to get him away from this scene. He actually motherfucker.
It's like hot steam, and it like burns his face. He's like, "Oh God, if I ever have a son, I'll burn his face just like this."
But yeah, then we get more things.
Sirens, they're fucking on me. They know I've been watching the holiday special. They're coming to kill me.
Can't blame them. It's like that Family Guy joke. You're going to internet prison for a long time. So, but then after this, we get we get to see a day in the life of Gowaka, Go Chewie. It's I think he said Gowaka. For some reason, he said Gowaka. I don't know what I was saying there, but
that was Gowaka. Yeah.
We get to watch her cook. She watches a cooking video on how to cook. And this was in Star Wars for some reason.
This shit lasts like 5 minutes. And like it's supposed to be funny.
It wasn't funny.
That wasn't funny.
I guess she messed it up. I didn't even know that until I read the wiki, but she messed up, I guess. So
you actually read the wiki? Man, you put more thought into this than I thought.
I only read one sentence, but I read the wiki. So,
Yeah, I looked up who wrote and directed this and when it aired. That was all I did.
Yeah, so we got like a 5-minute thing where she cooked something. Wasn't good. And then
like every fucking second, you feel every second of it.
Yeah. This guy was very annoying that was in the cooking video too. And then I was at the point where, like, okay, this doesn't feel like Star Wars right now. This feels like why am I watching a cooking show on Star Wars? I could just watch a cooking show, but
yeah, I know. Like we said, this entire special is just like watching these fucking carpets, watching TV.
Yeah. So,
like, okay, so I normally never like fast forward through stuff we review, because I want to experience the whole thing. Once we got like halfway through this, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like start fast forwarding through these like little segments because like I don't care.
Yeah, so you have to tell me so I can like because I watch. Again, I lasted longer than you. I got to the end when they started to show A New Hope stuff. And then they I think then they like call I feel like this was later, but I don't exactly remember. I think it's like shortly after this or shortly before this, they FaceTime the trader. Not the trader like I'm gonna betray you type of thing, like a trader like he trades stuff.
Yeah. They say his name like once. I don't remember it. I don't care. This guy's like the main fucking character besides Chewbacca's family. It's like so weird.
Yeah. He's not very interested. He's just a trader, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's making. Yeah, sure. Because I don't even know the guy he's talking to, his like name or anything like that. So
I don't. He's a trader. But yeah, he's got a little store. They mentioned it's like a Wookiee outpost. I guess he like takes stuff off planet and like trades to the Wookiees or some shit. I don't know. I probably gave more thought than the writers. But then an Imperial guy comes in and he's being a dick. And then when he gets the call from Chewie's family, he has to be like, "Oh, I don't know where your carpet is. I'm handling it solo." Handling it solo. Like we get it. Okay, Han Solo's and Chewie are coming. And he hangs up. And then the Imperial guy is like, "Okay, I'm taking this and I'm not paying for it. Bye." And he's like, "Okay." That's it for that scene.
Yep.
And then they call Leia and C-3PO. And then Leia and C-3PO also just don't want to be in this longer than they have to be. So they're like, "Oh, Chewie didn't show up? That's really weird. Okay, bye."
By the way, you would think like Leia, with the way she was acting here, was like a secretary, because like she's like sitting at a desk like she's like a secretary, like doing like you would get the vibe she's like a princess and all that type of stuff. So
yeah, it is straight. Yeah, she just like because Luke was like fixing C-3PO. She was just kind of just chilling with not C-3PO. Fucking Luke was like fixing R2-D2. Leia and C-3PO were just like sitting in this like empty room, like not even doing anything. They were just fucking sitting.
Again, I feel like Princess Leia was trying to become a secretary. That's what she was doing. So
it's so weird. They could just like call people and like they don't pick up,
Yeah. So
it's like Luke was like, "Oh, hey, it's you. What's up? I didn't expect you to call me."
Yeah.
And then, like really graphic. Fucking like they call like Luke and he's just like fucking his girlfriend or something. He's like, "Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't expect you to call me right now."
Or like it's doing that lightsaber fight with Darth Vader, the Luke I'm your father thing, and he's like, no, and he's like, and then he gets like a call.
Like, fucking girl Baka, not now.
I just found out who my dad was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Darth Vader was in this. We had a scene where Darth Vader's like, "I want to find those rebels," and then that's it. He is literally in this for like 10 seconds, and then he's also like in it for another 10 seconds in like the animated part.
Right.
But that's crazy. They got somebody to dress up as Darth Vader, like, and then they had James Earl Jones fucking come in to voice him for like 1 10-second scene.
Yeah, maybe he was thinking like I don't gotta travel much. I can just do the voiceovers real quick, and then just that's that.
Yeah. Fucking easiest paycheck was life.
And then the trader comes over. I'm pretty sure before this we got like another scene with Chewie and Han where like they're still fighting off Star Destroyers, and then
yeah. And we don't have the budget, so we don't actually see the Star Destroyers.
Again, the more interesting plot was happening off screen with Luke and Han. We didn't get to see any of that. Not Luke, Han and Chewie. We didn't get to see any of that. So
yeah, that's another thing. So like holiday special, you think the special is going to be about like Han and Chewie trying to make it home in time for space Christmas. But no, that's kind of just like in the background, and then like they kind of resolve that off screen. The entire special is about these fucking Wookiees watching TV.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
So then the trader comes over. He gives them I guess one so the old guy Chewie's dad can watch like porn, and then like something else.
I was going to say this is basically him watching porn.
Yeah, and then he gives.
It's also like so the lady mentions the sexy lady mentions that like this is like his fantasy, and I'm like he's an old like Sasquatch. Why is his fantasy a fucking human woman?
We'll get to that when we get to it, I guess.
This is like actual porn. She like moans and shit.
Yeah, and then we find out what the kid's present is later on, and then we kind of find out what the Gobaka's present was, and they're kind of just shooting the shit. Like he's giving them information about Han. I don't really remember what's kind of going on here, and then stormtroopers and some random general show up. I don't even think he had a name, so we can add him into the list of characters that didn't get a name.
Yeah, sure. Holiday special, dude.
Yeah, like he doesn't even get the general title. He's just holiday special, dude. He doesn't even get the general.
Fine, I respect his authority. General holiday special.
That might be that might be worse than what you wrote the.
Last name special.
That might be worse than what you wrote the first time. So, and then yeah, they come in. Obviously they know that's where like Chewie lives, and they're trying to fight Chewie, so they come in. The guns that the stormtroopers were holding, you could totally tell were props. I know they always are props typically, but like you could specifically tell that they were props.
Oh, and they don't actually have fucking laser guns and lightsabers in when they're filming these movies. How could you, Owen, even suggest that?
I know this is off topic, but did you ever hear like it's like a big story. I know there was like a movie where like someone was supposed to have like a fake gun, but it ended up being a real gun, so like the actor like actually died like on set because of that.
Yeah. Oh, Jackie Chan died. Oh no, not Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But then but you know, these were actually these they legit look like props. And
yeah, well, like, yeah, tying into that, like everything about this is like super cheap.
Yeah. The other video I watched, you got every time too. You got the vibe when they went to commercial. I got like to see the parts where they're like, "Well, the holiday special will be right back. Welcome back to the holiday special." By the way, you didn't even get these people didn't even do a title crawl. We didn't even mention that. They like act like they're gonna do a title crawl, and then like they just give up and like
the Star Wars logo pop up, and you think, okay, cool, title crawl. Nope, they just come right to. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So then, so the general was asking, like, where Chewie is. They're asking, what's going on. So, the trader makes up a fake-ass story where, he, like, mentions, that, like, there was only just, 3 Wonkas here, and the husband, like, and the wife got into, like, a fight. So they were, the husband kind of just stormed off and everything like that. I wonder if the fight was about whether or not he was going to be in the special. I wonder if that was what the fight was about. So
no, their fight was about if he was going to die or not.
That's true, yeah. And who do you think was on the side about dying? Who do you think was on the side about living?
Chewie was bet on him dying. He's like, listen, there's no way I'm surviving, this holiday special. Like, I'm going to die here for sure.
So then, They ask for the trader's like credentials, and he shows them it. And like if this guy looks at this piece of paper, like it takes him a good 5 minutes to unfold it. He looks at it for a good 2 minutes, and then he finally gives him his credentials. Like you didn't get a hype up scene, like a big epic, like is he actually gonna get off free? It's just he's just gotten off free, and they tell him he's cleared. They do like this long drawn out joke where like. I thought too maybe he's gonna set a trap for them or something. I know this doesn't happen yet, but I know it happens later where they do this long drawn out like joke where like he like goes to leave and then like he stops like a couple times to like talk, and then like the stormtroopers like hold their lasers at them, and it just wasn't funny.
This guy's like discount Saul Goodman before Saul Goodman was even a thing.
Yeah. So, uh, at one point, like, uh, he shows the stormtrooper that like has the low red Darth Vader gear, like one of the gifts, and it's like a band sitting. Um,
Yeah, the music is good. But this was around the time I started fast forwarding. I'm like, okay, I'm like, I get it. Okay, they're gonna do a song. That's cool. I'm moving on.
one of the lyrics in the song, by the way, was "Why am I watching this?" which was funny. So,
Yeah.
and this was all doing with like the trader and like Girl Baka, like were like talking off screen. Like I think it's supposed they were trying to figure out how they were gonna get out of the situation, but we didn't get to see any of that. We had to watch this shitty band. So
Yeah, the trader leaves for a while and then he shows up again later. But yeah, he fucks off for now. And then the stormtroopers are just like tearing the house apart. Remember in the Death Note like Netflix movie when L storms in, he's like, tear this place apart, tear it apart. I just imagine that.
yeah,
They're both equally shitty. And Lumpy or whatever the fuck his name is, Dopey, Harry, Smelly, is he's upset that they're doing that, but his mom tells him to fuck off, so he starts watching a video on how to assemble his Christmas gift. And then Owen, we spend like fucking another 5 minutes watching this fucking furball watch a tutorial video on how to assemble this not even real fucking device.
you know what the worst part about it was? Like it kept skipping too, which was worse.
Yeah. And again, it's not funny. It's just fucking. I'm like, why is this a thing? Because I was wondering, like, is this like a real product, or are they like trying to do advertisement or something?
I don't know. I wasn't around in 1978, so
Yeah. But yeah, he assembles it, and then he starts watching a cartoon, and it's a cartoon of Star Wars, like Luke, Han, and Leia going on like a little adventure. This lasts like 10 minutes. There's a little cut in the middle, which I guess we'll talk about. Okay, so this is strange because you asked me off camera. I was like, so is this like happening in real time? And I'm like, I don't think they even know.
I don't know.
Because like, the plot of this like 10-minute little animated thing has nothing to do with like the plot of like Han and Chewie like trying to get back home. So I think this is just like a separate thing. I think the idea is that like this is like a show for like the people in the universe, right? Like Han, Luke, and all of them have like their own like show or something.
Yeah,
but like that doesn't because the stormtroopers are there looking to see if like Chewbacca lives there. So like because in a little while later, like Lumpy or whatever the fuck his name is, like hides the cartoon from the Imperial. Like, oh man, if he sees this, he's gonna know my dad's Chewbacca.
right.
So wait, but this is like you're just like watching this on TV. So like, does the Empire not know that about the show or something? Like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know what this means. Yeah, like
it has a lot of very weird implications.
the animated special like was weird. Like Han Solo.
I'm thinking that'll probably be the thumbnail, right? Like something in this animated part.
I'm gonna try to find something. Yeah, if I can.
Yeah. So Han and Chewie were looking for this amulet that can like turn people invisible or something, I guess. And then Chewie calls, and then you see Han Solo just like hanging upside down in the Falcon, and like the video's like cutting out, so Luke and R2D2 and C-3PO go to like rescue Chewie and Han, and Leia stayed behind. She's like, "Fuck this! I don't want to be here longer than I gotta be." Man.
Yeah, right.
And then Luke lands on this like fucking like red lake that's like Jello or some shit, and he meets Boba Fett. Yeah, this is remember 1978. This is before Empire Strikes Back. This is our first time seeing Boba Fett on screen.
I mean, I know what happens with him later, but they definitely did not make it sound like he was not a villain. They did not do a good job hiding that. So
Yeah, he keeps saying friend a lot. I thought that was kind of weird because he talks like once in Empire Strikes Back, or like a couple times. But he's like, "Hello, friend. I'm your friend." And Luke's like, "Okay, cool." And even C-3PO was like, "I don't think we should trust him." Luke's like, "Nah, it's fine."
yeah,
Uh, then they find Chewie, and then Chewie like just like destroys the amulet, and Luke like passes out from the amulet. They mention like the amulet's like radioactive or some shit.
yeah. It only works on humans, I guess.
I guess. And but that's like the last time we see the amulet. I'm like, okay, that was very weird. Um, and Boba Fett's like, what the fuck, Luke? What happened, buddy, old pal? And then they realize the only way to like stop the radiation from killing them is to like have the blood flow to their head. I guess,
Sure.
which is why like hanging upside down and laughing. So Boba Fett and Chewie have to go on an adventure to like the nearby city to get like medicine. So they leave, and then when they're in the city, Boba Fett like FaceTimes Darth Vader, and he's like, "Hey, I'm evil," and he's like, "Okay, cool."
You know, you're actually misselling this. You don't even get like that's not even the reveal that he's evil. They go to like commercial or like the narrator like tells us that he's evil before he even does like this FaceTime.
And fucking piece it together. You could have fucking old man Chewie jerking off, but you can't have fucking, like the kids aren't gonna fucking understand this.
Right. So.
And at this point, they cut back to watching it, and he's like, "Oh my god, what a plot twist! This is even better than I Am Your Father," which hasn't even happened yet. And then the Imperial guy's like, "What are you watching?" And he just like turns off the show, and it's like a video game, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And he's like getting real close to the Chewie kid, and he like gets up, and his junk is like eye level with the the little kid. And I'm like, there's a lot of like weird sexual tension in this holiday special.
I don't know what's going on there.
Fucking Luke and Chewie's wife, this Imperial guy and Chewie's kid, fucking Chewie's dad and that weird lady.
Right.
A lot of weird sexual tension in this holiday special.
Yeah. I guess talk about the rest of the cartoon because that's interesting. That gets weird.
Back to the cartoon. Chewie and Boba Fett go back to the Falcon. R2-D2 intercepted the video call, so they know he's evil. They get back to the Falcon. They heal Han and Luke. And Luke's like, "Hey, thanks, Boba Fett. Why don't you hang out with us?" And R2-D2 and C-3PO are like, "Actually, Boba Fett's evil." And I'm thinking like, "Oh, okay, cool. They're gonna have a little like fight with Boba Fett." But no, Boba Fett just like leaves. Once they like find out he's evil, he's like, "Okay, we'll meet again," and then he leaves. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He didn't even get like conquered or anything like that. He just like fucked off once they found out he was evil.
They didn't do anything. C-3PO was like, "Actually, Luke, he's evil," and he's like, and then he backs away. "Okay, bye," and he like flies off. And then they all laugh and leave the planet, and that's it.
And then like they like,
I'm like, what? Like, what a fucking strange. Like, why even do this?
Maybe they were trying to like get a cartoon like
Nothing to do with the plot of like the fucking plot.
maybe this was them trying to get like a cartoon like Star Wars out there, so like they wanted to sell this to like the television special, hoping
Yeah, I was gonna think of is that like this was like a little animated pilot to see if people would like want to watch a show about this.
I guess they did. I guess it didn't work because we haven't heard anything more about this. So the animation, by the way, I know it's 1978, but it kind of looked bad. Like Han didn't look like Han.
It looks like horror fuel.
Yeah,
Like the way like fucking heads and mouths moved, it was so fucking creepy.
some of the mouth, some of the like the lips didn't sink in with what they were saying and all that type of stuff. Like it was just.
Oh, it was.
I think and then I'm pretty sure before this you got like a scene where that scene with Chewie's dad like watching that like that girl which was weird. He's watching some doing that.
Off in the living room, he's like everyone's just kind of ignoring him.
And his wife's like there, which is weird.
Well, it's not even his wife; it's like his daughter-in-law or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So
you know what? Look, Chewie's mom's been gone for a long time, right? He's a lonely man. He's gotta relieve himself.
he knows he knows his son's dying pretty soon too. So
Yeah, he would all be the only man in the house.
You got a couple times like a news site with like the commander coming in or whoever he was, like giving some news sites, and at one point he like mentions that like no ship can like land or like come in surface of like the planet. That that was done away with pretty quickly because like Han's able to land, I guess, pretty fucking easily.
Yeah. But like they fucking have like Chewie and Han land like halfway through the special, and then they don't actually show up till like the very end.
Yeah, I don't know what
it's like. Well, because they mentioned it's gonna be they're gonna have to land far away, kind of walk away. But it's like, fuck, please show up so this can end.
Yeah, and then like doing this, the stormtroopers and stuff are like trashing this kid's room. They take like his stuffed animal and like rip its head off, and then like the like general or whatever like comes up and tells the kid to go like clean his room. And so he's upset he has to go clean his room. He can't watch the Star Wars cartoon. So maybe the cartoon didn't like end. Maybe like the kid just got interrupted. So, but I don't know what happened. So,
No.
but and then like he goes upstairs. He's like heartbroken that like his room got like torn up. Like it's like the most evil thing that could ever happen to anybody. Like the fact that is like
the Empire might have blown up an entire planet, and Darth Vader may or may not have killed a bunch of children multiple times. But this is pretty evil.
Yeah, a kid's room getting destroyed, and then he's gotta go clean it afterwards. He gets so
even Vader would be like, "Whoa, guys, okay, like chill out."
He even gets all
like, don't
kill him, but don't tear his room up. Like,
is that like, come on? I have standards, you know.
He gets all upset. His stuffed animal is like destroyed. He like tucks it in and like kisses it goodnight. That's nice of him, I guess. You know.
Oh, that did not don't go down smoothly.
Yeah, especially if you have allergies and shit.
Yeah.
And then he's like you said, watching the tutorial about this device, and then like we get like a scene cut into like what was going on in Tatooine. You know, the actors, and for some reason, everyone just kind of stops doing what they're doing and like watches it, and we get this like really weird scene where we meet like this bartender who like I guess had like a thing with like this guy. He can like he has like a hole in his hat or whatever, and he can like drink liquids that way.
Yeah, it's got like a volcano head, like where you know, like it like goes up, and then there's a hole like a volcano.
Yeah. And he comes in.
Well, in SpongeBob and Squidward was like a superhero, was he like Krakatoa or something?
Yeah. What if this was the reference to that? Maybe then, you know. So.
Sure. Why not?
And he like is trying.
No, I'm actually laughing at that now because that was actually really funny when Squidward shot out the lava and landed on SpongeBob and just started fucking running until he died. Oh, no, see, that was actually funny, unlike this piece of shit.
And it dragged on, but like there was other shit like going on like while that was happening and everything like that.
No, that's what made it funny. Was like SpongeBob just like melting over in the corner while everybody else is like doing all that. Like that's what made it funny.
And yeah, so the I guess this person like thought the bartender was like hitting on him, but the bartender's just kind of ignoring him and everything like that. And you know, he's trying to he apparently there was like 6 words that she like said to him. We never really, I don't even think we ever found out like what the 6 words like were that like he said. Oh, I think we did, but I was like very disappointed. It was like something that like didn't even sound like he wanted to be like in a relationship with her. He said she like said like have a good night or whatever. Like it was like 6 words. Like wow, those 6 words must have really like stuck with you and everything like that. Yeah. So, hey, for Luke, pretty soon the next movie 3 words. No wait. 4
I am your
4 words. 4 words are gonna stick with them.
I am father. It's like father of who?
Yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, then she goes to talk to like this alien thing that they don't show because they don't have the budget to like actually make like the alien thing that like she was talking to. So, and it was weird. Like there was like a puppet like in the corner. You could totally tell it was like a puppet, like not like Yoda that actually looked real. Like this puppet like totally looked like a puppet, like in this like ball at one point.
All right, off topic again. The further go into how evil trashing up that room is, Darth Vader will fucking cut off his kid's hand and tell him he fucked his mom, but will not tear up that kid's room. Again, standards.
Yeah, very, very much so. And then a message comes up and says like, "There's now gonna be a strict curfew that the emperor is now holding, saying that like you guys all have to go home now." And like the bartender's trying to get everyone to go home, but they like won't go home. So she's like, "Okay, one last round. It's on me." And then she randomly like decides to like break into song, and I don't know then what she
Yeah, they do that. So there's quite a few songs in this, and it's like, okay, holiday special. It's like, it being like a little musical isn't like unheard of. But it's just like so random. Like again, before it was like that random rock band. That one lady who was like, old man Chewbacca was jerking off to sung for a little bit. At the very end, Leia sings for like 30 seconds, and then here it's like a song, and it's like all so random, and they have like nothing to do with each other.
And like the song just keeps going on and on, and honestly, when she started singing, I just put my head down. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it was just, and the song like you keep thinking it's gonna end, but like it never ends. Like the song just keeps going and going and going.
Lady's still there singing all the way back from 19.
And like the conclusion, you don't even get a conclusion to like that storyline they set up with like the guy coming over to like
Storyline.
yeah. So like, and again, everyone's just watching this on TV. Like, what? Why are we watching this on TV? Like, they just watched. Like, it seemed like
Yeah, stormtroopers are just like watching it, and then it ends, and they're like, "Okay, well, back to work."
yeah. And then little Chewie, LIL, little Chewie, makes like a fake message telling like the stormtroopers to like leave. And then they just leave. They don't
They don't confirm. They're just like, "Okay, fuck off."
And then
But,
then they tell one of them to stay in case like the husband comes home or whatever. And then he goes upstairs and like sees that like little Chewie faked it. So like he runs downstairs, and then Han and Chewie show back up, and like they meet this guy like pretty fucking easily, like no struggle.
Well, he literally rips over the railing and fucking falls to his death.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, we really didn't have to do anything. That guy just kind of died on his own."
Yeah. So, and then I guess I'll let you talk about the end here. I guess, right? Because I've been talking a while. So.
Yeah, Han and Chewie come in. I mean, fucking, I'm like Luke's coming into Chewie's wife. And then Han has this like kind of weird moment with his family. Well, it's not weird. Well, it's like, I don't know. It's weird. Where he's like hugging his Chewie's family, and he's like, "Yeah, you'd be real proud of your son, for being a hero," which is really weird because like they only just joined the rebellion a little while ago. Before this, they were fucking criminals.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you'd be real proud of your son, like after years of us being criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he like he's like, "You guys are like a real family to me." Well, bye. He's like, I'm not sticking around. There's not really a reason why. He's just like, there's Empire in the area. I'm just, well, see ya. He hugs Chewie, which I'm glad he hugs Chewie. The sequels don't seem to forget about that. And then Chewie goes inside. And then he hugs his dad and his son, and his wife looks kind of like, I don't know if she's happy or she's sad, or again, they're not really great with her facial expressions, but they hug, and then we get a really weird scene where it's like cult shit. This looks like the fucking Yellow Jackets thing, like they're all in like robes and shit. They're about to fucking sacrifice somebody.
You missed something actually. The trader comes back.
Oh, you're right. He comes back, and then the Empire's like, "Hey, Stormtrooper, answer your damn phone." And the traitor answers the phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, that Stormtrooper like robbed me and he fucked off." And the Empire's like, "Okay, bye." And they're like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like we get a scene like in space where a bunch of Wookiees are in red robes, and they're carrying like balls of like light or some shit. And then Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, they're all here. They're all standing there. And then Leia starts singing, and then we get flashbacks to like a better movie. Um, you know, they're playing the flashbacks of A New Hope, and they're just hoping. They're like, guys, look, you like A New Hope, right? You like this, right? Remember this movie? This was good, right?
I guess what I don't want to do too. It's just really weird. Like this movie really regress Leia's character. Remember how we talk about how much of a like a badass she is? Like she's not the traditional like princess. Here she was like the traditional like princess.
Yeah, she just didn't do shit. She just kind of sang, and that was it.
And again, I don't mind the traditional princess, but like this movie, like kind of like didn't really seem like.
Well, yeah, I don't traditional princess either, but it's just that that wasn't Leia's character. You know, she was a real like hot-headed, like take charge kind of person. You know, even in Empire Strikes Back, where you know, like she took a little bit of a backseat compared to Luke and Han, she was still like helping out. She was still like, you know, like very much like a hot-headed, like
yeah, seems like
like stand up for herself person.
Whoever made this didn't seem to watch the first movie, I guess.
Exactly. She sang, and then we get a scene of Chewie sitting down with his family and eating, and it ends. Thank fucking Christ.
And you know they prayed before they ate because you know Chewie's about to die soon, so he's gotta get him in while he can.
Well, he's like, all right, Space Jesus, I didn't die in this one. Come on, just let me die in the next one. He's like, let me get frozen in carbonite and not be in the fucking in any more of these movies. Chewie's like low key suicidal. He just wants to die. Like,
That's the end of this. This is an F.
Yeah, this review is all over the place, but so is this fucking special.
Do we miss anything? I feel like we missed something probably.
Oh, and it's all so random. Like the plot is Han and Chewie are trying to get home for Christmas. Chewie's family are waiting for him. The Empire shows up and then they leave. That's like the general plot. But that's only like half of this special. The other half is just them doing random bullshit.
Yeah, it's so
like,
random.
You know that criticism people have of Family Guys, where like it's just a lot of it can be like a random cutaways that don't have to do with anything.
Yeah.
Like now, a lot of times Family Guy's funny with the cutaways and they can tie it in. But like Family Guy, especially later Family Guy, it's like not funny and it just like happens too much. That's basically this special.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah,
and like we expecting this to be like funny bad, it was just like bad. And I'm just like, how did anybody think this is a good idea?
I think I told you when I was watching this on YouTube, I kept like looking at my like the time on YouTube. I'm like, oh my gosh, I still got this much of time left. I still got this amount of time left.
I watched pieces, man. I watched this at work. I watched this at work, and I was like, I'm so fucking bored.
It's just pretty fucking boring.
Yeah.
Honestly, somehow LVP Season 9's present's better than this. I don't know how you manage that.
Yeah, I know, and that's fucking boring. Yeah, this is bad.
I guess at least with LVP Season 9's present, you have the past to like interrupt it. Anyway.
This is nonsense. And again, not funny nonsense. It's just nonsense.
I don't understand. And like again, like none of the characters were really here that much. And then like
of like, oh wow, we're gonna see all the Star Wars main characters here, and they're playing it for like 30 seconds.
And like, and look, I understand that it's a TV special, so you can't like do like much with it. But this looked even low rent for like a TV special somehow. Like,
this is a fucking hour and like 45-minute thing. They had time to do something. And you know, like even though they could be cheesy, I love Christmas specials. You know, Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah. It's one of the weaker ones, but like Danny special that was like fine. SpongeBob has a few good ones. Even shit that's like only vaguely Christmas related. Die Hard, you know, Gundam War in a Pocket, Batman Arkham Origins. You know, even that stuff isn't like Christmas like focused, but like it's set around Christmas and they kind of like play into that theme a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you induce, you know, because we just mentioned Family Guy. That one where like the two-parter, like Road to the North Pole, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You could do stuff for like Christmas thing. Again, I think the plot should have been, you know, fucking road trip, Chewie and Han trying to get home for Christmas. You know, that would have been really funny.
Yeah.
And again, it's like they probably didn't do it because Harrison Ford didn't want to be in this fucking longer than he had to be.
You didn't give me a letter grade. I said an easy F.
Oh yeah, fuck. This goes like beyond F. This is like Z.
Super F.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. That's it, guys. Bye. We're not plugging anything. We'll just end it. Oh, and end it. End it.